Nsem-Pii TV nie.
Mame fa wonko ekosi sen dwumadie so ewo Asempa FM. Na Omanhene kwabena asante ne obi Amponsah atimu atnase. Ensema hodo a ekoso wo ho abusua edoso ye pa na Nsem-Pii TV yakwa ekokomotia. Wosan ye hobopa enyeye yafa bia yeri bi eba abesom atiefo. Omanhene asema wo bisa eye NPP amayiko mpanyimfo ne se eba ne sen na amayiko mpanyimfo asi gina yese Abrekumanof no wo monko na actually parliamentary candidate wo ho ene some members of the party etim call ye wo say saade na e course no eye animguase ema eye amayiko na enya asam ketwa wo say parliamentary candidate eye maame Akua Afriyie pese wo kwa na kesen kokko content kro eni kwa say wo tu eye decision a amayiko no watimu ameki abusia ensema hodo bebre eka we hu ena wo mahene kwabena asante wani obi Amponsah watimu ahwebu ho ewo enne ewo ekosi sen dwumadie so abusia enya fe ene eba betoatoa yankwe na wankasa ko tie firi omanum abra na sansem boyi wo mudidwam wo mudigu ho na ensem atimu ada ho pefe
over audit last week. You were also last week na ebeto just Deloitte and Touche. It's only Deloitte and Touche. Audit firm. The OGR and only a KPMG. Okay. They're also a part of the over auditing firms in the world. Now you were the big four: the KPMG, Ernst and Young, Deloitte and Touche, and the other one crying.
Ernst and Young, I can make a camera. Say I'm because the first Ernst. Yes, I will go
KPMG, Deloitte and Touche, Ernst and Young, and PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, isn't it? Area 4, the big four. In the mobile, Deloitte and a year auditing, and we are told, say, Omoka say, National Cathedral books, at least there all the document information on the man no go through no some books clean and nothing untoward and akoso mensa etime aka report ni bi ewa ha every permanent measure ni etime akọ menti eno ye one so I see last week a dominating media conversations pa ansana the NPP National Executive Committee in Sweden meeting, and now we betu just Ablekumanof about one, and yadia omobeko, and omo reasons in tia, and yadia omobeko, only for the candidates not to turn around and say, or call constituency honor. Ne man for said Abiomra no mbetwamano, in the nusu tia omono say obeko.
But that was not the party's position.
No.
Ne man for some or call on which party's ticket?
MPP.
MPP. An MPP chairman the koye. You could have gone as an independent candidate, but not on the ticket of the MPP. When the MPP boldly through its general secretary, Abekach the young Ghana for say, Abana Akosua, Ekosua, and Abekosua, they are not a part of it. What was the basis of to me, bro, party, you know, MPP, they are still.
And she was part of the meeting.
No, but they are still managing, I think, their bruises. They are still managing their bruises because you see, just a mark of an irresponsible group of people, for lack of a better word, where when decisions are taken not just at just any normal level, at neck, impudence. So, bet you have a catcher party more a being for any million for seven. Say, oh no, the open with my edge party, need my year.
So party don't go to me.
There be party to me say Metrocrat come my Electoral Commission after press conference say party paying for any party ma ye gina ye ne say sa abato na ebe koso ewo Ablekumanof ye sipo it will be our base or the young MPP din Baba do say juma no and ye party there be obi MPP. They should know what they are doing.
But only so say the man new money complicated. They say after the general secretary sat here, we're going out to see a notice. Our car say nyadia umbekobio. A day later, in a party in Penny for party name Penny for no Munka neck meeting. I started throw in, including MPs. Said Abi Yabako,
but that is why I'm saying that we need be out to that anamono. It is up to the party structure to deal with you. Robbie, you are seeking to come to power. You cannot restrain. This is pure indiscipline and indecision. The general secretary of that party, of any political party, will not just come to spew his mind. A collective responsibility decision. It had no party near to animal, and now say party baby switch neck, and say party baby switch MPP. That's why sometimes I tell you the clear difference between what we call party leadership, between that of the NDC and the MPP. There's a clear line, not a thin line. A clear line. Because maintaining paying them that. And up we speak now, the party hasn't taken any decision. In fact, the deputy general secretary of Joy News, I think the day of the election,
they are not.
They don't record, and I was happy with that pronouncement because he is a part.
And he deliberately did not comment about the election.
But why? Whether plus or minus, it's a party's decision. When you're in parliament, when you join a Kobe, multimedia hanobey, take decisions, and then but a multimedia decision. We have been loose on some of these things, and that is what we have brought into. We always bring into government. Not a mess for us as a country. It is a one kasabekacho than they've not jumped out of that intercentrational. They still can't believe that the NDC led this country at that time with 57 or so. They've lost almost all their seats. They should sit back and restructure and rebuild and refocus for whichever year they want to come. But clearly,
but when you sure say party so members nankasano, leaders.
No, it's not about that. Well, that's indiscipline.
But you find leading members of the party,
but I'm saying
always coming out.
I'm saying
to make comments against decisions of leadership.
Obi, me pacho.
It is so.
I'm saying that unfortunately, it's a matter that can be dealt with. But I have asked you. So when we come to multimedia, you do your meetings. Now, Oba number share with us. Sometimes we come straight. We are telling you to go and do this. It's not a matter of over church match. This is a party position.
But you can't say Besepani Kunia
and Besepani Kunia.
You see, you cannot also go about and say
yes, so some numbers should maybe back the entire numbers also dovetail into this one. But I won't tell Sasa get out of Sakun. Your political parties will be quite my question.
Okay.
A crooning nurse, Jina say, yea, you should the Electoral Commission for the Ghana Police Service. Nanya, and one. Some no take a chat to a Kanye was waiting for the police to provide security for three police. Assemble. We don't look at how we can solve permanent issues. We are solving how knee-jerk and political reasons. Remember so. It is when the MPP as a party, SC Jinaya. Now, be a member of the party. Who are you? You can express your opinion that you disagree, even with the NDC. Nobody will come out and disagree. The NDC will be a crime. But you know, I'm going to be law school. Articles 146 and 298 and rights of the freedom of the right and all those. How do you manage such a group of people?
It's so different. I think
how?
Because the pain is
how
you set your leadership out for the world to see them as some weak.
And I'm seeing people saying and Kodia must go. Kodia must go. No,
no.
And
Kodia must go.
Kodia no. But on resign. Na Kodia no crime. You say what my side. On come na. I'm mena bro. No be use for no any. And the budget say we go say. We say Kodia must go. Kona ko feel it. When next take a decision and you are the convener.
And you have senior party members, including members of parliament, and Akua fashion.
Please.
You know, you claim to them, they say, party take decision.
Please.
Yeah, out.
And now come on, me, but you know, come on, a more realm because we know the problems, we know the challenges. Makacho, they should wake up from that bruises, no? The Electoral Commission declare The percentages are so clear. 41-57 or so. Clear. Get to parliament. The seats are so clear. They should know that His Excellency, the former vice president, is now a potential flag bearer once again, vying for that flag bearer. But now, one-time opposition leader, who is now the president of it's called John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. Please, wake up, MPP, wake up. You are still in that sleepy mood.
Matisse, as we speak, no, National Council, emergency meeting wa Lisa. I hear say Nyome agenda national Ablekuma North is on the agenda. Date or be nominations for the presidential primaries is on the agenda. Consideration of a petition sent to National Council say Omo National Delegate Conference almost on 19th no Omo postpone it. That's also on the agenda. And a petition to suspend the date for presidential primaries no and so na almost anyway in Nyoma National Council
the MPP Obi should not even bother themselves with the happenings in John Mahama administration. Because that moral authority to be standing on high grounds, to be talking blah 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 blah. For now, we will deal with this administration and its lapses as journalists.
The MPP no,
they should just because for now, Obi, they really can't come clean. But for now, Obi, but they can't come clean. Because me and so they be there. We had one unique, fantastic opportunity to kill off issues about vigilantism, machoism, and these kind of turbulence during elections time, runoffs or by-elections. We've dealt with Chiriponi, we've dealt with Talensi, we've dealt with all those areas now. And we do baby back on the say. Yeah, we do Ayawaso West.
Who say
in fact, who said Anamone course, me no track I say Ade Afghanistan and Nkofona address it said here Omoko war Afghanistan. The MPP came to us like wildfire. But what you because what was it about? What was it about? Now Doom TV presenter Hanabisu in the chorus. Go to social media, go and do some playbacks and see what the write-ups were about MPP people. The person will be able to pretend on this matter. Me mama how okumisi oba exceptional. Say obetimi di 9 bema. Eti oba ya say 10 so actually 3 member okransa. But the danger ahead of us, we have sat here all the time to talk about it. Now MPP muntie and said Makwen this is when we said that I'm dressing Kwana scare people from even voting. And so how? If there's anybody to be crying wolf today, remember Ghana Police Services. What has come out of Sam George in slap no? When prominent Ghanaians sat down to look at the ups and downs of Ayawaso Wesogon, now taking steps no. That time no. Ubia Babontia, Defense Minister, Nitu no Abekana, Brofo kama. Kojo Ponkuma, the white paper is there of the government will there of all people, white people are not to be implemented.
Prosecutions didn't happen, but there were some who were
all these things men found a normal exercise. So ba no channel form no. Nipa na defy security post or matima to omo to say jata akoso obi mu no. And yet this kind of these things were all we have done in this country is condemnation. All we have done for moving the next step of prosecuting and making sure it serves as enough deterrent in a period. And I'm asking you, what has happened with the investigation of you can't say Sam George? What has happened?
No, so that's what I'm saying.
Recommendations were made on that. Those recommendations those recommendations. But why? Then why are we talking? That's the same thing I'm talking about.
But some punishments were given to other people.
It did not serve as enough deterrent for these occurrences. Now what I catch you say, sir MPP boy no Lloyds no. And how comes in? Who told you that if there is no proper reconciliation, this country are going to see peace in the 2028 election? I don't even look at that country. Now, if you do me and I do you, if we are not ready to open a fresh page, now you are more to work Ayawas West. We sat here to complain about it. It meant we said that it doesn't mean we should continue what we are doing. Today, you see the justification of the NDC. Obama or deputy national organizer, the people did what? They were protecting the ballot. Ruth said those one.
Yes. Only protected.
Well, sometimes I control to social media.
Yes.
No crowd here. Only careful because maybe dragging a John Dramani Mama the code of conduct, or a public office holder who is paid by Ghanaians. I sympathize with him with the treatment that was meted out to him. Unfortunately, when you assume certain positions in this country, you are limited with a certain kind of talk. Yes, unfortunately. If you stand out the operating as some judge, so I stand not me operating because you are a cabinet minister, not a normal in quote person in society again. You should be mindful of your utterances because they carry power and authority. What do you think we are doing to ourselves? That we cannot identify the people in Ayawas who misbehaved, and we cannot do same the people who misbehaved at Ablekuma North. We can't identify them.
No, I said police for some reason.
Oh, please. JB investigation, I go to say. JB investigation. No, please. I will never give police service any benefit to that. I will come and explain to you. Nobi, a whole member of parliament. A whole member of parliament. How many years in it? Again, I'm looking at a phone tray. Again, I'm looking at a tray. Police service here. They don't crack a phone tray. We need to address it head on, not the MPP NDs, because it is now coming across that there is no independent body in this country, even as guaranteed by the constitution of the land. There's no independent body again. The political interferences and do as I say when I have power is the order of the day. That is why people are ruling by emotions, but not by the law. Now the man depends on impunity. They say police rob by amoba. Na much more yes I do trust him. Now I say na hono pie na moko. Na mo say na yard mu wana police for him.
Yeah, but say police for no so where they were disabled.
Unto obuase. Me say na man bu amani eyi be jira okan ti say ko jo pon community wo kasa. Say that you. These are all gimmicks for the optics. I can't drama some kwa uti amani bu ama. Now the military is not part. This is going on well. It carry. Everything is okay. The police, I'm overwhelmed. The police is here. Well, they are even more than the voters. Likewise, same. Why are the military here? The military has been called upon to reinforce the system. That's need to talking.
Asempa FM.
How have we solved that problem of machoism? Because to me, I can say Mustafa Bandi, whoever is entering any grounds of a police and Jabiano or macho men, they are officially recognized there. Minister Bia, party chairman Bia, party faithful Bia, Okobe Bia, program Bia, function Bia, about to macho for no mono and a dear
Asempa FM.
It won't die your side. Say, you know, you're free, sir, and Nadani. We are pretending, assembly bar, we will overlook it. Now it is becoming at the expense of the ordinary citizen because journalists for Maka DJ president. I mean, give a phone all the other people. We may withdraw traditional media. Let's withdraw from the service of these few people. They take us for granted. Now, who born dogs, a police officer, who disagree with a journalist, who did me use their bonus, now miscreant beyond the cyber remote media, a reporter, so.
On also the picture all over. Police want him. Because election see. I'm saying that. Now one man police for to me catch will say where there political cases you want monko fira mo yede monko so obina wafum Ghana mra. The police person in charge for prosecution or no Daniel Fru catch say where there political cases the be mo nyemu fan ko fira monko parties na monko kam. Why are we pretending? Why we pretend as if say the SC one
will be ama. You say, my yenche fridge, gas cylinders, me TV sets. I will buy elections money about to be a. I know be no witnesses are here as for all some media form. One some media form.
The original minister said about what the to vote they be.
It's irresponsible comment, you know, or also representing interest as a minister. It you are not improving, you know. If I don't want the MPP to come across as if say holier than that, please. You're calling for equity. Come with clean hands. Those clean hands are left in the hands of Ghanaians and journalists. To be truthful to our cause, then look at them and tell them that enough of this confusion you want to set up for.
Asempa FM.
There is nobody who is coming to say that the cause will have any law is like Papa. Banano Dano. On social media, what were you doing? Mr. East Legon, then commander. The operations at Ayawa I want the jurisdiction. When we interviewed him on the Kosi say, or say on ya way on Pose, or Mobaho. Those are church was said, and I will command the reason and I command on ya way. So the same old game is playing out, and we are playing victim because of the chairs, Assisa. Omubwa. The Peace Council, Peace Council, the question I was Peace Council, the question now compare news. Look at the AI generated. I'm going to say almost your country we frown now, sir. Press releases. We frown. Now, sir. What's the meaning of that?
And the boys will go and sleep.
Exactly.
The next election.
Exactly.
Omugo pick up a
now we're party and we're encouraging Basintali. Move, 5K, move.
Cock your gun.
Yes, move.
Your gun and cock.
Move. No, Oguso, no representing your interest as a state property. Yang representing interest. And I've always done this on media agrodi. Let's say, in the cutlery search, today, one-time powerful person outside Nanado's administration, but very powerful, like Ibrahim Mahama. Because the church changed, in terms of Nipe evolution. Now go to Ibrahim Ahmed's house.
Why am I dumb?
This is just a political warning to Basintali. When the tables turn, the 5K men will tell that we've got something better to do.
5K men?
Yeah.
And a 3K woman?
Yeah. They tell we've got something better. That's where you face it alone. Oshawamanyo sem jono kwa dana mbezima mano sa oshawamanyo sem so slow down. Unim say the Ghana ya especially when things are now at this point.
Yeah, but he's a leader in the party, a youth leader in the party. He should be seen to be.
Do you know that you so careful because you are part of one of the revered churches in the world. The fact that you are a leader,
yes,
doesn't mean that you have to live anyhow. Your impact should be felt. Not only I'm not restricted that I cannot take a bottle of Guinness. Why do you caution me?
Yeah.
Why? So 5K man, cock, move. Okay, Electoral Commission in Nsem-Pii corner. Sign motto nina se for inan. Bia ho ye to abano. It should not be there. It should not be there. We should not at any point allow any political party, especially the MPP now, to hold anybody to ransom. We've had a very good opportunity to cut off what transpired, but we didn't. It's now the levels of bitterness, no? Afraid a circle.
Yes.
I just want to remind you again that there be other politicians like Kasana will be I'm telling you. So Yakasay, a big reference out. Yakasasi, a big reference. A France, only realize a 10 we are. Now you will see that say wow son already